What's going on, guys? I am back and we are going to jump into another video of mastering PGA 2K25. I've got some requests on what to do with various different lies, whether you're in the rough, a bunker, on the side of a hill, whatever it is. We're going to try to go over what I do mentally in order to get on the green or get back to the fairway or overall just recover. All right. I hope I cover everything. If you have any more questions, obviously at the end of the video, drop them in the comments. Let's dive in. Okay. All right, we're gonna go into the practice range. That way I can drop the ball where I need to get mulligans. We don't have to wait for every single hole. Let's just talk about, and we're doing this specifically for like approach shots. We're not doing pitching and chipping because we've kind of already gone over that in another video, which I'll put right here. Which is more of getting to the green or getting back into the fairway from, miscellaneous areas. Okay, so let's say this is you. You hit the ball, you hit a good drive, you get 168 to the flag. There is a ton of wind. We're actually going to go down in difficulty. Here is the way I think about every single shot upon getting to the green, out of a rough, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. It's the same way every single time. I focus on three things. One, am I in the rough? Am I in the fairway? Or am I in a bunker? What's the ball sitting in? All right, it's sitting in the fairway. Okay, cool. Look at the ball. Is it above my feet? Below my feet? Okay. Is my target, at this point would be the flag, above my feet or below my feet? It's even, thankfully. And then, how much wind am I dealing with? Am I dealing with 1 mile per hour, or am I dealing with this, 11? Right? From there, I tend to then just do a bunch of guesstimations. I don't have a perfect math about it. I know some people have started to figure out the numbers and the minute details of like how wind affects and whatnot. I haven't really got that far. I just do very simple and very basic things that help me get the ball close. I'm going to go over exactly how I do it, and hopefully it helps you guys. Okay. So, stock is telling me to hit a 163 shot. Here's a 163 shot. All right. Look at where it lands. We kind of saw generally where it lands. I'm gonna hit another one. Okay, that was a better shot. Good flight. Hit one more. Okay. So we saw where it's landing. This is how I figure this out. You can't do this in a round, but this is how I figure this out. It's landing over here. And I'm gonna say in about a 3 to 4 grid area. Okay, let's count how far that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So between a 7 and a 10 grid is how much the ball is getting pushed by the wind. Between 7 and 10. So in my mind, I just simply do, I know this already, so I would just do 7 to 10 the opposite direction to counterbalance the wind. I don't have to worry about the ball moving too much. All right, it is a little downhill, so it might fly a little further, but the ball's barely above my feet. Okay, so we're at 12. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I said 7 to 10 at 10 miles per hour. So I could go 8, and I just take it and see what happens. Okay, that's pretty close. That's not a bad shot. All right, the wind is picking up here, and it's actually coming into my face a little bit. So I'm gonna go over to 10 because it was a little far. Okay, so now we know. That is how far left I have to aim to counterbalance. At that time, 13 miles per hour. It's 14, so I'd have to go even more. The count to the square would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It was 12 boxes, 12 grid squares away from the flag is how I got it to be almost directly in front of the flag at 13 miles per hour. Over time, you'll figure that out really quickly and you'll be like, okay, it's 10, and just move over. If it's off the green, you're gonna have to kind of be kind of smart, kind of think about it, right? Know how far you have to move your analog. Okay, so it's 14. It didn't quite get to the flag though. I would have to club up. I know these greens are gonna run, right? It's every game the ball's gonna move a little, especially with the lower the club, the more it's gonna run out when you hit. All right, so I'm just gonna stick it. I'm gonna point it right at the flag, and I'm gonna go over. It's at 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, I'm a little far. Okay, I kind of expected it to happen. It landed pretty much right where the flag is, but we have to consider the run out. So if I come out to like 3 yards, give it 3 yards of room. Okay, that's good. Now, you have to take in consideration your swing. If you hit a draw, right, the wind is not helping my draw. It's going to make the ball fly a little bit straighter. If the wind was going the other way, on the apex, it pushed the ball more, causing it to fly more left. Yes, you can do something like this to make it fly a little bit straighter and let the wind carry it a little bit more. Yes, that can work. But I actually don't touch that at all. I usually just aim. I don't shape the ball very much. It's not really my gameplay. I like to stay true to my swing. You got to take in consideration of opening and closing the face, pushing and pulling the face. All those matter. I can't give you tips on that other than you need to practice your swing to get it consistent and get it the same way every single time. We're going to do another one. This time the ball is a lot below my feet. If you didn't know, when the ball is below your feet, it's going to have a tendency to fly to the right. If it's above your feet, it's going to have a tendency to fly to the left. So if I just swung at this, I'll show you what happens. Significantly far to the right. So not only do I have to take into account wind, but I also have to take into account how the ball is sitting on the ground, which is below my feet. So, like I told you, we're gonna do a pitching wedge. Give it like 5 yards a roll. 6, actually, because it's coming down to my face a little bit. So I'm gonna have to go like, that's about 15 or 16 grid squares away from the flag. Okay, that's all you have to do. You just need to get into the range and kind of identify on your own what that would do. This speed right here is a number, right? You could say this speed is like 10. And if you're going to do 10, you need to add 5 more grid squares or something like that. Figure out a method for you. That's usually kind of my method. If it's like green, maybe 1 or 2 grid squares. Maybe 1. If it's yellow, maybe 3 or 4 grid squares. If it's red like this, maybe 5, maybe 6 grid squares extra. Okay, so here's 13 miles per hour on red. So far. As a matter of fact, we can kind of watch this. This is 15 miles per hour on red. We're going to subtract the distance that it flew to the flag and see if that helps you. Let's see where it lands. All right, we saw where it landed. Let's calculate that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, like 19 squares, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It's a lot, right? Make sense? You kind of just got to one for one. I do one for ones. It's easier. It's not exact, but it's going to help you out. Okay, so that's how I would hit that shot if the ball was significantly below my feet and there's that much wind. All right, here's the rough. Ball still. You can't really see it, so let's change my camera angle so you can see. All right, the ball is barely above my feet. I'm on a downslope, so it might fly a little bit. Okay, it's in line with the flag. It's not too much up or down, just in line. You would know that because it would have an indication right here. 13 miles per hour. All right, the max this distance can go 137 because it has 100%. The least it can go is 8% less than that. I do by tens, so 13.7 minus 137 will give you like 124, 123, okay? That's a low end. But plus there's wind. So let's just see what happens. Watch this number. It landed 132. So I got a number between 92% and 100%. Okay? Take into account wind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was on the lower end, that was like 129. That's not bad though. It rolls out. I wanted to get closer to the flag. We had to add a little club. All right, that's going to give me between a 90 and 99%. Take off 10%. 15.3 subtracted from 153. Okay, that gives you a 138 shot. Sounds good to me. That 10 grid squares to the left. And now we're in business for a nice easy putt for a birdie. That's all I do. I see what the ball is sitting in, rough, fairway, bunker. I see how the ball's sitting below my feet, above my feet. Is it downhill? Is it uphill? I then look at the pin, my target, or whatever your target is. Is it uphill? Is it downhill? If it's uphill, you're going to need to hit the ball further. If it's downhill, the ball is going to fly further. And then I identify how much wind I'm having to deal with. There's a lot of wind on this training ground, 13 miles per hour. All right, so we know now 10 is over here. All right, so again, I need a 143 shot to get to the flag. It's not going to get that far. And there it goes. I don't do mathematics. I don't break out the calculator. I kind of just feel now. I've been playing the game long enough to where I just feel what it's going to be. There are tons of ways of figuring that out, and it does change. Here is one from a light rough. Very, very similar. Didn't even move the ball. Okay. Let's see if I can get it to move the ball to the light rough. All right. This is light rough. So the grass, like the impedance that the grass is going to have is significantly less. But now the ball is above my feet, which means naturally it's going to fly to the left. So I don't have to aim as far to the left because it's already going to go that way. Okay, so in theory, if this was 0 miles per hour, we would want to aim to the right, so that because it's going to go left. So we don't have to take into account the wind as much. We have 10 yards. We know the distance is going to roll a little bit. 94 to 95. I'd say it's 95%. Okay, in the middle. Half of 15.3, 7.5. We'll just keep it super simple. 7.5 yards off of this club is where it's going to carry. Subtract that from 153. I know it's a lot. A 146 is where it's going to land. That sounds good to me. Okay. Take into account wind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, we're doing 9, and it's already going to fly left, so it's not going to need that much. It's red, red, so it's really not gonna need that much. So we'll go down to like 6. Flew dang near straight. So that much wind was affecting it. So we're gonna go less. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I said if it's red, 4, maybe 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's pretty good. That's all I do. Where's the ball sitting? Above my feet, below my feet? Is it downhill? Is it uphill? If it's above my feet, I don't have to aim as much if there's that much wind. Where's the flag in relation to my feet? Right on line. How much wind am I dealing with? All right. So this angle is negating a lot of that wind. On a lot of that wind. Just fine. Yep. Yeah, that's it, guys. Have a nice day. See ya. No, I'm just joking. So you got to get into a range and you got to start feeling out what these lies do to your feet. If it's below your feet, you got to know it's going to fly left. There's 12 miles per hour wind, and this much elevation on the ball is allowing me to just hit the ball straight. That's a big difference from when we were over here, right? And it was causing some serious fly out to the right. So just take that into consideration, how the ball is sitting. You have to get into a range and you have to practice that. So 3 things: how the ball is, relation to the target, like up or down, and wind. All right, last thing we're gonna talk about is sand. The thing with bunkers is usually there's an elevation difference because it's sitting down. Now, as you see, we have 4 feet above us because it's in a dip, it's in sand. Sand has a greater effect on this game than the last game, in my opinion. So it's only going to fly 96 at 123, 96. Take 10 off, just go in the middle, say it's 90%, subtract 10% of this, so 12.3 minus 123. All right, we're just going to give it a nice even number, and we're going to say 110. All right, 110, there's wind. How's the ball sitting? All right, actually the ball's below my feet just a little bit, but it's green, so I'm not going to really worry about it too much. It is an uphill shot, so it could take off some distance. So let's do this. Add some wind variance, so there's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And mind you, the closer you are to a target, the less distance you have, the wind affects it less. There's a calculation out there probably. I do not know it. I just know that like when I am 150 and closer, it's not gonna hurt as much. Whereas if I was 300 yards back, hitting it to 17 miles, it's in the air long enough for the wind to affect it longer. All right, we got 14. So that landed 113. So it needs to go a lot further. All right, so I would say I probably need like a 130 yard shot. See, it's not really getting there at all. So we just have to you have to kind of figure it out, the math in your head, right? So looking at this 142 yard, I am not some math guru. I know that's how a lot of people used to do it in the last game, but for me, I just go based off of feel. All right, I know the flag is 128. 128 uphill. Let's say it's playing 129, almost 130. So I need a ball that's going to get to 130 and stop, or a ball that's going to land before it and roll. Take into consideration, this math ain't mathing. It ain't going to get to 130. Okay, let's see that. 5%. Let's say it's doing 10%. 10% of 13.7, subtract it, sorry, 10% of 137, 13.7, subtract it. Okay, that puts me at 124. Okay, that might roll to 128. Let's try it. Add some aim to the left because of the wind. Okay, it landed 122. Okay, that's not really what I needed. I needed it to land like 125 and roll. So let's go up. Look at the number. 153 is the max, right? So if we just did max, where would this land? Let's say it's 10% again. Subtract 15.3. Gives us 138. All right, that gives us 138. That's quite a lot of distance. I think that's too much. I think it needs to land like 135. So I'm gonna come back 2 yards, 3 yards. Take into account wind. There we go. All right. Since we're not that far, the wind's not hurting it as much. There it is. Now the very interesting left and right is due to my swing path and the way my thumb's moving. That is just something that comes with playing the game a ton more and knowing how to swing. So there we go. We're getting really close to it. So all you have to do is get into a range and identify these little things that will help you get closer to your target, whether it's the flag, whether it's a bunker, you're on a par 5 and you're trying to get close so you can pitch on. You just got to do a little bit of math, not that much, and you'll kind of figure it out a little bit easier. Okay, I'm gonna jump into an actual round, and we're gonna kind of see what it's like in an actual round where I'm not getting a bunch of mulligans over and over and over. All right, here we go. So we're gonna jump into a ranked tour match, and we are going to play the whole round.
Hi there, my name is John.
I'm gonna go over every single shot, and I'm gonna break down what I'm doing with my feet, with the ball, the target, the wind. That way you can kind of see it in action. You can be like, okay, cool, that's how he's doing it. I told you it's not an exact math. Sometimes you make mistakes. Sometimes you swing poorly. That's real golf in real life. So let's see if you seeing me play can kind of make some of those things click. All right, driver. Obviously, balls can be nice and easy. We got a little bit of wind. It's downhill.
Looks like we're heading to the fairway here.
Something to take into account also.
Around 155 yards.
I aim to the right of that fairway. The reason why I aim to the right of that fairway because the wind is coming at me and off the right. I've played this course before. If you're up here on the right hand side over here, the ball becomes a little kiltered. The ball becomes above your feet, making your shot harder. Your tee shots and your approach shots on your par 5, make sure you take that in consideration. Like, ooh, I really don't want to have a weird shot where it could fly out right or fly out left. Look for flat ground, identify that, and try to get your ball to be in that area. Because some courses it's not capable, but courses like this, it is capable. All right, here we go. Second shot. Let's think about it. Look at the ball. Okay, it's a little above my feet. Not too much. Not really gonna worry about it. Flag is above my feet by 6 feet. So that means the flag is gonna play a little bit further. All right. Oh, there's a lot of wind. There's a lot of wind. We are above 150 yards. I'm gonna go ahead and say that wind's gonna eat it up quite a bit. All right. So, quite a bit. If I just did what I did earlier, now that it's not directly to the left or directly to the right wind, I don't think it's a 1-to-1 ratio. I like to think of it like 0.5, maybe 0.75 ratio, because it's not affecting you as much. So I'm gonna say let's just say half. Let's do 0.5. So let's say 5.5 squares. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and then it's coming down at my face. Okay, so I think that's good. I'm gonna say 6. We're gonna go for that.
Yep, that's gonna work.
So I could have gone further, a little bit more distance. Okay, but you don't always have to hunt for the flag. You can get the ball close to the flag. You're not trying to hole out every single time. That's a pretty good outcome. What's wrong with my controller?
Already under par.
All right, so
Just one hole
you don't
into
have to
this
go
one.
directly at the flag. That was a pretty good example of a read. It's generally okay. I mean, that was a 10-foot putt. Not much going on the green, as you can see. Too easy. Look at it. Lie. Perfect lie because we're on a tee box. Lower feet. Ball's not going to need to fly that far to get there. But there is 4 miles per hour of wind, and it's doing another off angle. Off the right and hurting us. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And actually, it's downhill and there's a little bit of wind. I think that's good.
Well, you made good contact with that one. Okay, we're on the green.
Now, if I would have
Around 15
been paying
feet
attention, I would have known that this is downhill.
to the right.
So me hitting the ball over there causes it to roll further from the flag. Oversight, right? Those are also things you got to consider. Where's the ball going to land? If it lands right on the green, right on the flag, but the flag's on the hill like this, it's going to roll away from the flag. So I should have taken that into account. But this isn't a bad approach shot. It's a par 3. Gives me a chance for a birdie. Worst case scenario, I walk away with a par.
Oh man, that could have been better. I think.
Rough putt.
Maybe a birdie on that.
Is what it is.
And you are 1 under after that one. Okay, we got a par 4 here on the 3rd hole.
Okay. Ball is below my target is below my feet by 12 feet. Okay, there's a little bit of wind. Lie's perfect. It's a tee shot. You don't want to land like right here on this edge, right? Or like right here on this edge. That's kind of hard to land there, but it's possible, right? Because then you're having to deal with the ball being a little bit wonky. But we got 7 miles per hour, so I'm hoping my ball hits somewhere here and rolls to this nice flat area over here.
Should be a good result off the tee here.
Oh, rolled a little further than I expected it to, but that's a good outcome. The ball's going to be
Second
above my
shot
feet a
on
little
the
bit.
3rd.
Right? Above my feet. Barely upward angle. Okay, here we go. 1 foot down. Quite a bit of wind. 1 foot down means it's not going to fly as far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, it's not that far, so the wind's not going to affect it as much.
Nice pin high.
Pretty awesome, huh?
Good up birdie here. And that
Here we go.
he managed to bring things down to 2.
There is a math out there. I don't know it.
Going left to
It's all
right on
about
this
feel
hole.
for me. Here we go. Ball's above, target is above my feet by 6. There's a little bit of wind helping, but off the left. So I'm going to aim to the left of the fairway in hopes that it pushes it to this little hill right here.
Oh dear gracious! Just tattooed.
Bingo. Exactly what I wanted.
And
Now
this
look at the
one's
lie.
around 235.
Barely below my feet. Wind
That
still
green
helping.
slopes away from you.
The target is below, so it's not. I don't need to fly it that far, and the wind is helping. Okay. However, if you don't fly it far enough, you're in this little waist-looking bunker. Ideally, your target would be like here. If you're hitting a hard draw, it would be nice to hit it here and let it roll, but there is a lot of wind, so you'd have to be really smart about it. I'm gonna put it here. Here's why. If I put it here and I let the wind do its thing, hopefully it pulls it over here. Gotta be careful of that, but let's just see what happens.
We can get a kick left, it'd be nice.
Oh, I got lucky. All right. Easy thinking there. You don't have to always play to the wind. Let the wind help you if it's helping you. That's why they call it a helping wind.
Let's see how you do. This one's breaking to the right.
All right, breaking to the left a little bit. Sorry, breaking to the right a little bit, and it's going downhill.
Here we go. This is for birdie. And after that one, you are
no eagle, but it's a bird. Pretty dang good.
Up on the fifth.
All right, you don't have to worry about it. It's a par 3. The lie, it's tee box. You don't have to worry about lie of the ball. There's a lot of it. There's a lot of wind. It's recommending me hit a 5-wood. A 5-wood would fly off the screen. It would roll. Also, if I try to stick it next to the flag, downhill, 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 downhill. Right? Ideally, the best place to hit it would be here. Okay. So I'm gonna use a 5-wood, but I'm gonna pull back on the 5-wood because I don't have a 4-iron. And because it's further, the wind's gonna affect it more. Oh. Why did it go so far? It's a 5-wood. A lot more spin. It's gonna hit the ground and run. That's kind of the purpose of a fairway wood, right? Let's just get this close. There we go. Easy putt. I might do a video on putting. I feel like putting in this game is really easy though. I don't think people are struggling with putts. And if you are, just take your time on the putts. Actually read them. I didn't have to read anything there. Tee box, the wind's helping me. The fairway was fairly flat. Okay, here we go. 5 up. Again, we got the same wind from earlier. So it's far, so the wind's going to affect it quite a bit, but it's not as harsh as going directly left or directly right. Okay. So I want to get it around 200 yards. All right, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right there.
Well done.
Almost perfect. Almost perfect. Probably should pull back a little more. I think it landed probably around like 205, 203. There it is. Too easy. I'm telling you, it's too easy. Okay, here we go. So if I hit this drive, it's gonna go over here. Gives me a nice little pitch shot. You could, if you hit it perfect, hit it here and let it run. It's possible. Here, we can try it. Oh, here we go. Got ourselves a nice little bunker. Bunker shots, we already know how to do this. You have no choice but to hit a splash. Unless you have the blast and all that stuff. Which is helpful, but we're going to hit a splash shot. Green's kind of going down like this, down to the left, and it's going away from me. So you don't want to hit it too far. I could have pulled back on the distance, but
12-foot putt.
We're good. We're good. You don't have to be super exact if your putting is somewhat okay.
Now the 8th hole, we got a par 5.
A lot of wind. It's a pretty flat fairway except for maybe like up here. Okay, we're gonna have a little bit of a lie situation with our feet here. So we got like orange. Ball is pretty below my feet, which means it's gonna have a tendency to fly out right. But I got a lot of wind. So it's going to help me. We don't have anything that can get that distance, unfortunately. So we got to lay up. We don't have a choice. Now there's that much feet. Sorry, that much of an angle with the ball below my feet. As you can see, it's orange, and I have a lot of wind. So you got to kind of learn what's going to affect it more. Here, there's more wind affecting it going left than there would be going right. This isn't like super red, it's just orange. But to be safe, I'm gonna aim in the center of this landing zone.
Well, this one could roll into the rough.
Like I said, more wind was affecting it than the angle of the ball. All right, we're in the fairway, pretty easy. Wind is not really going to affect you that much from this distance. There we go. Nice little pitch shot on there. Let's see if we can sink a birdie.
I think this one's going to go a bit to the
I might have missed that. Oh, just joking. Just joking. Cool. It's a pretty simple game. If you think about it, you just got to think. You got to be really cognizant of what you're doing. All right, we got a lot of wind helping us. It would be nice to get to this second fairway. If you are not comfortable going to the second fairway, you would pull out your 3-wood, hit here, or pull out your driver in hopes that you hit like a fade and they roll this direction. I think we'll be okay if we go for this. Actually, maybe not. Uh-oh. Ooh.
In the deep stuff.
All right.
Here.
Well, in the purposes of education, now you get to see what I'm gonna do. Heavy rough. What do we do? All right. Well, we need the ball to get like 190 would be ideal. Nah, I say like 187 is the number we're looking for. 187 would be the number I'm looking for. Why? Negate that for a second. Look how much the ball would be moving. All right, it would be moving quite a bit, and it's fast. It's pretty fast. Look at the difference in color. So we need this number right here. Okay, it's about 10% taken off the ball. Actually, it's probably about 20 to 10% is being taken off the ball. So 20 to 10% of 19.7. We're gonna go ahead and say it's 39 yards will be taken off. So that would give me like a 158 shot. Okay. 150. So you would say 160. You land around here. Not really gonna do the trick for me. There is a lot of wind though, so it will get up and give me some wind. So I'm gonna go 3-iron. We need it 190 or 185. We might just be able to do 195 the number. With the wind helping and there being 20% possibly taken off of this. Let's just do the really quickly. Say it's 22. Let's just do 22 is 10%. So 44 will be taken off of this. It gives me a 184 shot. Yeah, I think that's okay. Let's look at the ball real quick. I didn't look at it, but sorry. The ball is pretty much on line with my feet. However, it's an incline and the flag is upward. All right, let's just give it a rip and see what happens. All right. I mean, that's ideally what you would want, right? That's what you would want. That's like best case scenario right there. Okay.
And right now you're 7 under for the day. Okay, 10th hole is a par 3.
Ball's below my feet, and there's wind, so they kind of balance themselves a little bit, especially at this distance. So this time it's a little bit different, into our face, but off the left. So not as much as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not as much. Oh, it landed where I wanted it to, but again, I forgot to look at the green.
Speed, my friend.
Look how much it is
Long
going downhill.
ahead.
I should have
This
taken off a
one's breaking
lot more.
pretty hard to the right.
All right, let's just get it close and walk away with a nice
Look at
little
this
par.
thing. Oh, yes, that'll go down nicely done. And
Like I
think
said,
I'm gonna have to have
you can
another
have
look
a
at that
lot
shot.
more
That was interesting.
variant in accuracy if you can putt well. All right. Again, this is on pro.
When you're sitting at
This
8
isn't
under.
master what we'll be playing on TGC, but it's
All right. Good luck.
what you play in
Par
ranked
4
mode.
here on the 11th hole.
All right, small fairway, helping wind, green light special. Let's go after it. Oh, I pushed it.
Oh my goodness.
Should be okay though.
Got a big hitter here.
Okay.
The shot's just
All right, we got
about
orange.
25
Look at the
yards
ball.
to the pin.
Below our feet. It's gonna fly out to the right a little bit more, and we got a helping wind. It's gonna fly a little bit further. Okay. Not as further, not that much, but it's gonna fly. And you notice how if I move, look at the wind. Look what it does. All right. So the reason why I'm aiming to the left, is because the ball is below my feet. Okay. You know it's gonna help. I will say this: when the wind is directly at your face and directly with you, the effects are magnified. So I wouldn't go like this. That's a little much, I think. But we'll go like 6 squares off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Nicely done.
Yeah, I could have done like
About
4,
9 feet from
4.5,
the top.
5 squares probably. I could have done 4.5, 5 squares.
And currently sitting 4 strokes off the lead. And a heads up, we got a headwind to deal with.
Headwind right into your face. It's going to eat up the ball. The headwinds in this game are brutal.
Setting up here.
Okay,
about
ball's above my feet.
190 yards or so to the pin.
He said 290, it sounded like. All right, ball's above my feet, so it's going to fly to the left, but the wind is coming at us and off the left. So we're going to have to aim to the right. Sorry, to the left of the flag. Remember, it's not direct, so I'd say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe. But it's going to fly even more left, so maybe not that much, right? Take that in consideration. We want to land. We want to avoid that bunker. If anything, it's okay with being a little long. So we're gonna go right there. Not enough. Not enough. Didn't take into consideration uphill lie. Maybe I didn't take into consideration how much wind. Maybe it ticked up before I saw it. Regardless, it was not enough. Now I'm plugged. That's where I was looking at land. Okay, let's see if I can scrape away a par here.
And it looks like this one's just a little bit left to right. Okay, lengthy par 4 ahead of us here.
Bunkers like this, you're always going to land in it, so you always want to play it safe.
Oh, you hit that one well.
Play safe. Aim more than you think you need to. All right, here we go. Ball's below my feet. The lie is pretty darn good. You can see lie really quickly, but looking at this also, it literally shows you what the ball is doing. Like the ball is sitting on top of the grass. All right, 6 miles per hour wind. So it's going to take that into account. We're going to do like 4.5. Hurting a little bit, but it's also downhill. So kind of like, yeah, take that into consideration. Oh, I did not swing that well. I pulled it.
A little bit to the left. Well, it's unlucky. Missed the green on that one. Okay, drop this one.
Nice little recovery.
We'll save par.
Okay, so there, what happened was I pulled it. Remember, everything I've talked to you about today
Wind's going right to left.
All of that is with you hitting it exactly how you're supposed to. If you have a pull, like you naturally pull more than you would like, or you push, or you close or open, it's going to get a whole lot different, and that's for you to figure out in the range. All right, this is one of those shots. You got to stick the green here. You can take an easy way out and go over here, yes, but if you're like, I need a birdie to win, let's take that. Let's figure it out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it's hurting a little bit. I'm gonna go up on it.
That sounded good. On the green with that.
There it is.
Well done.
I'd rather be longer
13
than
foot
shorter,
putt.
especially on this hole. There was a bunker there.
Breaking to the left.
See if we can sink a putt. Oh, I did not put that well.
That's
There we go.
30 for you. Everyone's
If you get better
chasing
with your
this person
shots,
on the top of the
you can
leaderboard.
have worse
7
putts.
Stroke lead for them right
If
now.
your shots are kind of
And now the
you need to have
15th.
good putts.
This one's a par 5.
That's simple. All right, this is one of those nasty fairways where you could be put in a weird situation with the ball in the lie. Try to open it more, but I end up pushing it, which is perfect. That's gonna be fine. Oh, so now we got something we haven't seen before. The ball is significantly downhill, like the angle. So it's gonna fly a little more. Okay, it's not gonna get as high. It's gonna cut a little bit more. You also can do these. I don't think I have one. You can do like a stinger shot off the deck. I don't think I have it though. That's something. If you're concerned with wind, you can always do that. Okay, let's talk this through. Let's talk this through real quick. Lie. I'm on a downhill angle. I'm on a downhill angle. Ball's not gonna fly as high. Okay. Which technically means the wind won't affect it as much, but I'm not gonna get into the nitty gritty. Ball is pushing. The wind is pushing the ball, helping into the right. This would be a nice shot right here. Why? Because in theory, we'd want it to land like right over here. All right. If you think about it, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're just going off the number of wind we see. That's kind of like what we want. I'm gonna let it rip right here. Oh, I pushed it hard. Should be okay though. Perfect example. All that talking don't matter if you mess up the swing. All right, here's an eagle putt. It'd be cool to pull down an eagle here.
Putt is for the eagle.
Oh, a little too much pace.
This one's a 10-footer.
There we go.
Current leader is ahead by 4 strokes as we check the board here.
All right, we're a nice little 11 under here.
On the 16th.
All right, lie, easy, tee shot. Bumpy fairway, a little bit of wind. Should land in the center. Hopefully we can get on that little ridge above it.
Yeah, you'll take that.
A little further down would have liked, but it's okay. All right, ball's below my feet. It's gonna jump out right. Not that far, so the wind's not gonna affect it that much. I'm thinking more here of the lie of the ball than the wind.
Yeah,
There we go. Nice little checkup.
and if you can sink this, it's a birdie for you.
Too easy.
And after
Too
that
easy.
hole, currently 12 under par.
It's crazy I'm that close to the coup.
And now on to the par 3 17th.
All right, downhill. It's gonna fly pretty far. A lot of wind. A lot. 6. Let's do a nice 4. And it's helping. I'm gonna pull back a little bit. Oh, I pushed it.
Great swing.
Should be okay though.
Work
I pushed it, but because of the layout of the green,
there,
I got
that's,
rewarded.
Understating it.
Oh, I
Just-
was not paying
just
attention.
missed.
That was a bad putt. I don't know if you saw my
Put that in the hole.
thumb diagram.
And our leader is ahead by 6
All right, let's see if I can score one more
strokes as we
birdie.
check the
Give me a nice
scoreboard.
13 under.
And now to 18. This one is a par 5.
Should be fine. Oh my.
Let's get on out of this.
All right, we just gotta get out of here.
second cut
All right,
and get on
target.
our way.
We're not gonna be able to get that far. Uh-oh.
Ooh, you
Uh-oh.
might not like where this one's going.
Oh. I
Okay,
wanted to just hit a
third
3-wood.
shot.
Why 3-wood didn't work there? Because of the way the lie was and the way the grass is. You looked at the diagram really quickly, you would have saw that. All right, here we go. Let's look at the lie of the ball. Ooh. Uphill. And the ball's below my feet. Got a little bit of wind, but it ain't gonna matter too much. Not this close. We kind of needed to get out there. I'm gonna give it this number, 60 yards. It's affecting it by almost 25%, or as little as like 10%. Should be fine. Oh, that first check looked good.
Score of 58.
All right, let's just get it out there.
I think this one's
Walk
going
away with the
pretty
par.
hard, right to left.
Nice. There it is.
And sealing your
There it
round
is.
with
Look at
a
that.
And
Tied
that
for
is
second
one
place right now on the
line
Daily
to
Pro
close.
tournament.
12 under par for you.
Pretty good, or at least on this
That'll be it for
leaderboard.
me
It's gonna show me
here
my actual
today.
score.
Thanks for taking me around the course with you.
276th place. We got dudes named File This shooting 21 under. Okay. All right. So I really hope that kind of helped you identify a little bit of how I approach greens and tee shots sometimes. It's really simple. How's the ball sitting? What's your target look like? Is it up, down? And how much wind are you affected by? Left, right, into, is it helping? Is it hurting, coming at you? Is it off the right and coming at you? Is it off the left and coming at you? Is it, your 4 angles? So those are the things you have to think about in order to truly go crazy on a course. I just shot a 59 today on this course. Super easy course, nice course. I like this. Yeah. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions, need me to go into detail with anything more, drop a comment below. Other than that, thank you so much. Until next time, peace.